So again and again, Happy New Year to all of you. In India, all good things are many. So in India you have at least 9 New Years. Because people usually like New Years. Yeah, at least. Of course we know that there's this funny phenomenon that before the New Year, all the before the New Year, all the psychotherapy cabinets are empty because everybody is filled with hope. New year, new life, something good is coming. And then, after the New Year, there's a spike in suicides. And the New Year has gone, life didn't. But India has successfully avoided this danger because there is 9 New Years. There is Diwali in the autumn, right? Then Christmas, then New Year, then you have the Amavasya, New Moon, the Chinese New Year. Then you have the Purnima after that. Then you have the Vaishakha month Purnima New Year, and then you have Gopurnima. So if something didn't happen on one particular New Year, there's another one coming just around the corner. It's fair. It's warm. Nice. Krishna is merciful.
River.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vaishnava ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Purnima ki jai, Gopramanande Hari Bol. All glories to the Son. Hare Jai Shri Shri Guru Brahma Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we'll read the 7th chapter of Ādi-līlā. Verse 1. It has some beautiful names of Chaitanya. Every chapter begins with some amazing glorification of Chaitanya. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami composes some beautiful verse. I don't know. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Jaya Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. So I first will read word for word. This is Ādi-līlā, chapter 7, verse 1. Agati, Agati, of the most fallen. Gati means goal or purpose, destination. So Agati means those who have like no future. Eka, Eka, the only one. The only one. Gatim, Gatim, destination. Destination. Natva, Natva, after offering obeisances. After offering obeisances. Hina, Hina, inferior. Inferior. Artha, Artha, interest. Interest. Adhika, Adhika, greater than that. Greater than that. Sadhakam, Sadhakam, who can render. Who can render. Shri Chaitanya, Shri Chaitanya, unto Lord Shri Chaitanya. Unto Lord Shri Chaitanya. Likyate, Likyate, is being written. Is being written. Asya, Asya, of the Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of the Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prema, Prema, love. Love. Bhakti, Bhakti, devotional service. Devotional service. Vadanyata, Vadanyata, magnanimity. Magnanimity. It's a verse which can be translated in many ways. I will read the translation also before we chant the Sanskrit, so you know what we chant. Maybe somebody doesn't want to chant. Thinks, no, I'm not fallen, so why should I chant this verse? Let me first offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the ultimate. Is it? To really use this echo? I feel like I'm in a stadium. Obeisances unto Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the ultimate goal of life For one bereft of all possessions in this material world, and is the only meaning for one advancing in spiritual life. Thus, let me write about his magnanimous contribution of devotional service in love of God. So let us chant. Agatyeka gatim natva. Agatyeka gatim natva. Agatyeka gatim natva. Agatyeka gatim natva. Inartadika sadakam. Inartadika sadakam. Inartadika sadakam. Inartadika sadakam. Shri Chaitanyam likyate sya. Shri Chaitanyam likyate sya. Shri Chaitanyam likyate sya. Shri Chaitanyam likyate sya. Prema bhakti vadanyata. Prema bhakti vadanyata. Prema bhakti vadanyata. Prema bhakti vadanyata. Prabhupada's purport. A person in the conditioned stage of material existence is in an atmosphere of helplessness. But the conditioned soul, under the illusion of Maya, or the external energy, thinks that he is completely protected by the electricity, microphones, things that he is completely protected by his country, society, friendship and love. Actually, this is some famous British poet speaking about society, friendship and love. Prabhupada learned it in his school, so he calls it society, friendship and love. So one thinks he's protected, not knowing that at the time of death, none of these can save him. The laws of material nature are so strong that none of our material possessions can save us from the cruel hands of death. In the Bhagavad Gita 13.9, it is stated, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshana Darshana. One who is actually advancing must always consider the four principles of miserable life, namely birth, death, old age, and disease. One cannot be saved from all these miseries unless he takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is therefore the only shelter for all conditioned souls. An intelligent person, therefore, does not put his faith in any material possessions, but completely takes shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Such a person is called Akinchana, the one who does not possess anything in this material world. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is also known as Akinchana Gochara, for he can be achieved by a person who does not put his faith in material possessions. Anybody remembers where in the Bhagavatam this name is mentioned, Akinchana Gochara? Who speaks? Kunti, yes, Queen Kunti, yes, prayers of Queen Kunti. Therefore, for the fully surrendered soul who has no material possessions on which to depend, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the only shelter. Everyone depends upon dharma, religiosity, artha, economic development, karma, sense gratification, and ultimately moksha, salvation. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, due to his magnanimous character, can give more than salvation. Therefore, in this verse, the words Hinartadika Sadakam indicate that although by material estimation salvation is of a quality superior to the inferior interests of religiosity, economic development, and sense gratification, above salvation there is the position of devotional service and transcendental love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the bestower of this great benediction. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Prema Kumartu Mahan, love of God is the ultimate benediction for all human beings. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, therefore first offers his respectful obeisances unto Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu before describing his magnanimity in bestowing love of Godhead. Agatye kagatim nadvahi nartavika sadakam Shri Chaitanyam likyate esya prema bhakti vadanyatam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is extremely merciful. Krishna is merciful. Krishna is the best friend of everybody. Already. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is even more merciful. For example, we know that Krishna says, surrender unto me, or one possible translation, take shelter in me, mam ekam sharanam. And then I will protect you. I will protect you from all dangers, from all bad karma. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. I will protect you. Krishna says. But he says surrender. First approach me and surrender, then I protect you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, just chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And I will help you. So, extremely merciful. And in this verse, we have two problems. Agati, one who doesn't have, one translation is one who doesn't have shelter. Agati, one who doesn't have shelter. Gauranga is ekagati. He's the only shelter. He's the only shelter for somebody who doesn't have shelter. And he is Hinartadika Sadaka. So this is a very beautiful name. I like this name very much. It means Hinartha. Hina means bereft, and Artha means valuable. So one possible translation means useless. So he is the one who gives success to those who are useless. Sadhaka means one who gives success. Sadhaka. He gives siddhi or sadhya, the goal. He gives goal to Hinartha. And another possible Adhika Sadhaka. He gives, Adhika means excessively. He gives success much more than a person deserves. Adhika Sadhaka. Like a person, whatever lacks, he supplies. Whatever is missing, whatever is not enough, then he supplies. What's this joke? The guy complains, oh, so you save money for a new Porsche car. You save and save and save, and then you buy chewing gum, and again you have nothing. So, with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's no problem. Whatever you have, he will help. I remember Niranjana Maharaj was telling a story about his friend Pyari Mohan from Hartford, Connecticut, who has a son who was homeschooled, and then when he completed his tests, he sent his tests to the university, and then he was 13, and they were so impressed with his tests and so impressed with his intelligence that they said,
to Ādi Mohan, so please send him to study in our university. And Ādi Mohan said, well, study in university costs $80,000 and per year. I don't have that much money. So they say, better as it was, back as it was, just 1 minute ago. Again, some echo. They said, so Ādi Mohan says, it costs $80,000 per year. I don't have that much money to pay for study. And they said, well, how much can you pay? And he said, well, I think I can pay 4,000. And they said, okay, you pay 4,000, we will supply the 76,000 and let you study. So whatever is missing, 76,000 is not enough. Okay, we supply that part, and you just give this part and let him study in our university. Just send him to our university. So that's something like, this Adhika Sadhaka, whatever is missing, Krishna supplies. In this case, it was 4 against 76. In some of our cases, it can be a different proportion. Whatever it is, he's Adhika Sadhaka. Whatever is missing, he supplies. He supplies. Hinardadika Sadhaka. If you think that you don't have much advancement or value or qualification, no problem. He is Hinarta Adhika Sadhaka. If you want to approach Krishna, then he will help. Also, it's quite interesting how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Vadanyata. He is very magnanimous. He Prema Bhakti Vadanyata. He gives you the highest currency. He gives you the highest currency, which is Prema Bhakti. And by giving you Prema Bhakti, everything is possible. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is writing Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is a very special book. Bhaktisiddhantaji said that if there is some calamity, God forbid, like some, I think there was some flood when he was speaking about this in Dhaka, in Bangladesh, and there was a big flood. So he said, if there is a flood, calamity, earthquake, then you grab the most valuable thing, you grab Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, and keep them. If that's too heavy, okay, then keep at least Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. If that is too heavy, then at least keep Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because Chaitanya Charitamrita has everything. It has 800 verses from the Bhagavatam, it has hundreds of verses from the Gita, it's perfect. Even though there are other books like Chaitanya Bhagavat, which has a lot of Līlā, Chaitanya Charitamrita has philosophy. And therefore, if we study Chaitanya Charitamrita, we know not only what to do, but also why to do this. And it has very high, beautiful poetry. So this is an incredible book. It's an incredible book. So from every point of view, from the point of view of philosophy, from the point of view of drama, from the point of view of literature, from the point of view of poetry, from the point of view of Sanskrit, of Bengali, every point of view, it's an incredible book. It's totally incredible. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was 80 years old. It's not easy to write such a book when you are 80 years old. You all know, right? Time is clicking. We all become older, right? Or younger, I don't know. So, several times he said, I don't know if I'm able to finish this. So, it's a big challenge to write this book. He has to put everything together in such a beautiful way. He puts together the notes or memories from Chaitanya Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life. You know that Raghunath Das Goswami, when everybody left, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left this world, disappeared, and it's a very mysterious thing. Nobody knows how actually he actually disappeared. At least 3 theories. How did this happen? Very mysterious. So Raghunath Das Goswami was so distraught, he decided, let me go to Vrindavan and just jump from Govardhan. So he came, and the Goswamis and other devotees, they said, well, that's, whether you jump, that's okay, but you have been with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for 20 years and you have heard all his biography. Before you jump, can you please tell us something about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So he said, all right, yeah, that's true. Okay, let me tell you something. So he started speaking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he was, he couldn't stop till evening, till he was speaking for hours and hours, and they said, okay, let's continue tomorrow, okay? So he was speaking for 40 years. It was never over. And he lived for many decades. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, at the end of each chapter, he offers obeisances at the feet of Sri Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, because he has heard all of this. So he has to put all this together in Chaitanya Charitamrita. And also, you can see it's incredible. He's Kaviraj. Kaviraj means a king of poets. King of poets. Yes.
Krishna Kaviraj Goswami wanted to jump.
Raghunath Das Goswami. The one on the extreme right in the six, the first on the right. So, he is the king of poets. Therefore, you can see it's interesting how he writes this here. He doesn't say that by his grace I am writing. He says, by his grace this book is being written. By his grace the book is being written. It's because this is the experience of a devotee, that a devotee will get some special inspiration, some special mercy, and things will oftentimes be happening by Krishna's mercy. Nowadays they call this fancy names, the flow, being in the zone. This is what devotee experiences all the time. The devotee tries his best, he puts all his sincere effort, then things happen which are more than we would otherwise expect, or more than would be possible just by our own strength. So this is the magic of devotional service and Krishna's blessings. So this here is just the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and this chapter is called 5 Features. So 5 features are the Panchatattva, Krishna in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, Gadadhar Prabhu, and Srivas Pandit Prabhu, which bring all the aspects of blessings. So Damodar Goswami in his notes, he says that Srivas Thakur blesses you with Shuddhanam, with pure name. He has the power to bless you with pure name. Advaita Acharya can bless you with a perfect following of Vaidhi Bhakti and Archana and deity worship. And Nityananda Prabhu can bless you with Bhava, loving ecstasy, devotional service, the goal of sadhana. And no, Gadadhar Prabhu with Bhava. Nityananda Prabhu can give you prema, pure love of Krishna, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can give you rasa, can give you your personal relationship with Krishna. So 5 special blessings, 5 flavors, mercy in 5 aspects. So very kind from Krishna. So he comes and he brings all the possible mercy to give everybody, to flood the whole world, with love of Krishna. And we all know, as George Harrison said, all you need is love. So, and he explains which love, not just love for tomatoes, for example, or nice homegrown olives, or kiwis, but love for Krishna. In devotional service. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to invite us to join him in the kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. And you have also, here you have waves of kirtan. Not just one wave, but different waves of kirtan. And you also bring some of the waves out into the city for others to experience in Harinam. And we can do different kinds of service for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, asking for him for mercy. So if Krishna is very merciful, extremely merciful. He says he's the best friend of every living entity. And if you know this, Narada Muni says, you know everything. If you know that Krishna is the best friend, Savai Priyatamash Chatma, Krishna is the best Priyatama, the most loving friend of the soul. Savai Priyatamash Chatma, Yatona Bhayam Anvapi. And from him there is nothing to fear, nothing to be afraid of. Iti Veda Savai Vidvan. If you know this, you are a great scholar. If you know this, Iti Veda Savai Vidvan, Yo Vidvan Sagurur Hari. And when you know this, you're a great scholar, so much great that you are actually a guru. And you are actually always with Krishna. So just this one thing. We have long curriculum, and this is a short curriculum. If you want it, in one step, this is one step. You just know one thing, fast. This is one thing. If you know this, you know everything. Nothing else to know. So that's Krishna. So what about Gauranga? So how much kinder Gauranga is? He just goes around and he looks to give his mercy. Just looks for some interest. And he comes to Varanasi, we hear that he had a problem, that he says, I came, there were no customers. Nobody wanted to buy my goods. So I had to go away. He took all his goods. What were his goods? What was he selling? He was selling Krishna Prema. And then he went to Vrindavan, and on the way back, he comes back to again through Varanasi, and then Tapan Disha, he says, okay, let's arrange a meeting with Prakashananda Saraswati and other great sannyasis. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finally agrees, and he comes to their meeting, and then he sits very humbly near the entrance, and he just starts shining. He simply starts shining. So this is obviously a very good preaching technique. Do this, please do. We are famous for this. Yes, Manila Prabhu says that even in the 70s, when in Germany they had this old police, not the new, nice, friendly police like nowadays, but the old stereotype German police. So they were still unfriendly to devotees at that time. They were trying to arrest devotees for distributing books and preaching. So devotees were dressing in, they were coming dressed as in normal clothes. So they had a special instruction how to recognize a Hare Krishna devotee, and it was said that Okay, how do you recognize? Okay, they have tilak, they have dhoti, but if they don't have tilak or don't have dhoti, then they are shiny. So you can imagine, you know, this old type German policeman, you know, checking. You are shining. Okay, come here. What are you doing? So today you have a chance. You go for Harina. You can shine at least a little. Just a little. How did I start speaking about this? So devotee is
Gauranga was shining as he was giving lecture.
yeah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then Prakashananda, you know, all the, of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he shines, then this is the whole Brahmajyoti is there. And the Mayavadis were very attracted. This is their goal. So immediately they said, oh, this is a very nice sannyasi. Yeah, that's true. So they invited him in, and Prakashananda said, okay, we see that you are from our school. Why don't you study Vedanta? And why do you just dance and sing? Sannyasis don't dance and sing. They study Vedanta. That's what they do. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first he said, well, I'm a fool. My guru told me I'm a fool, and I should just chant the holy names. And then I started chanting and I went mad. Sorry, what to do? I just went. I started chanting and I became crazy. You know? So Prakashananda, said, that's very fortunate. That's very nice. Yes, that's love of God. That's very fortunate. Yes, okay, that's good. But still, you know, what's wrong with Vedanta? So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes on and presents a smashing commentary on Vedanta. You know, he says, well, I feel a little uncomfortable speaking about this because I have a slightly different view than you have. And I said, well, just go on, just say it, just say it. Okay, that's okay, we'll hear. Okay. And well, this your presentation is very strange. It's a completely stupid presentation. You know, Vedanta is so direct. It just says Supreme God, Absolute, source of everything, very clear. And you cover it with some strange explanations. So then they say, well, that's true. What do you say? Sounds very correct, very straight. Yeah. Well, it's just a tradition, you know, we are part of the tradition, but yeah, what you say is nice. So then he says, well, you just chant the names of Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And they chant until today. If you go there to Varanasi, I have been there, this Veni Madhava temple, still, you know, you have like 12 Mayavadi sannyasis sitting in Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They sit and chant. Not all of them quite understand why. But they do. Because still, 500 years passed and they still chant. That's nice. They can benefit, definitely. But we also need to understand, to have the proper understanding why we chant. So, that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So he says that in Varanasi, he didn't have the customers. What is a customer? It's not somebody who is ready to pay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so kind that he is ready to give just for interest. I mean, your slight interest, if you are just interested a little bit, he considers that's enough. I can give you the goods, I can give you the treasures. If you simply are interested. So that's how Prabhupada sometimes translates Shraddha, slight interest. Yeah, maybe there is something there. It could be not bad. Krishna sounds intriguing. That's something interesting. What is it? Boss. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, come, I will give. And he's ready. Even theoretical admittance. Maybe, yeah, what if Krishna actually is there? But something happens. And even theoretical, except even having a concept of Krishna changes our heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives special mercy to us. pocket of the holy name, Namahata, there are different coins. So the good coin is prama, that's a golden coin. But if you have silver coin of bhava, that's also good. However, even if, so for bhava you can buy everything practically. Then but bhava is rare. Let's face it, that's rare. It's said in Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu, it's sudurlabha, very rare. Why? Because to get bhava, you need asakti. What is asakti? Asakti means eagerness, great eagerness. If you have great eagerness, have you ever been invited to a lunch and warned? They warned you, please don't eat before you come. Did they ever tell you that? Yeah? Why? Because, if you are hungry, if you are already completely filled, and they give you a cake, and you say, you cannot eat much, right? But if you are hungry, they give you a dry chapati, you say, so nice, wonderful chapati, so tasty. So, appetite or hunger or eagerness increases taste. In fact, Yoga Sutra says that just following the yama of tapasya, performing austerities, sharpens your senses. Like if you are hungry, you can feel kachoris being baked 3 buildings away, rather than what is it? Kachoris. So, bhava naturally will come when there is a sakti. So, bhava is ecstasy. It comes when one has 3 desires, 3 tastes. Ruchi vis chitta masrinya. The heart becomes like butter. Masrinya. Like butter. By 3 tastes. What are the 3 tastes? 3 tastes is anukulya, the desire to make Krishna happy. And then Soharda, desire to have heart-to-heart friendly exchange with Krishna, and Prapti, and desire, Prapti strong desire to approach, to attain Krishna. So these 3 desires, Krishna fulfills these 3 desires, and therefore you are in ecstasy. If you don't have these desires, even Krishna fulfills them, you feel nothing. Okay. So we need desires to get ecstasy. So therefore, asakti is the it's quarter of 1 rupee, of golden rupee, and for that you can buy the name which reveals to you lila. Hare Krishna, and you see Radha and Krishna on a swing, for example. Or Hare Rama, and you see Krishna and Balaram going to the forest with the cows. It starts flowing. The lila is revealed. You see everything as you chant. At asakti, you can buy for asakti, for this desire, you can buy name lila yukta nama. And then there's Gudruma, this is in Gudruma Kalpatari. If you don't have that, if you at least have ruchi, if you at least have taste, even that is enough to buy guna yukta nama, the name which reveals to you the qualities of Krishna. So you chant Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, and you think, Krishna is so beautiful. Rama, Krishna is so friendly. Hare Hare, Krishna is so humorous. So it strikes you, Krishna is amazing. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. But even if you don't have that, you can at least have 2 paisa. So 2 paisa is nisha, that's rupa yukta nama. For that you can buy name which reveals you the form of Krishna. You chant Hare Krishna, and you think, Krishna is so beautiful, incredible. You can say that his eyes are like lotus petals. You can say that his body is shyam like a blue lotus. You can say that his dhoti is golden like a golden lightning. But it's Nothing. These words don't do justice to what you see. It's so much more beautiful. Krishna, you cannot express this in words. The words are useless, actually, almost, without Krishna's mercy. So here we go. So that's Nishta. Nishta, if you are fixed in Bhakti, it gives you Rupa Yukta. And what to do if you don't have Nishta, if you still have Anarthas? One or two, some of us, maybe. Half. Shadow, what to do? Well, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, well, you can take a smaller coin. What is the minimum coin for which you can buy already pure name, Shuddhanam? At least you can meet Krishna in the name, in the sound. So what's the smallest coin? Smallest coin, Shraddha Mulya Shuddhanam. Smallest coin is faith. And if somebody comes with false money, counterfeit money, he says, yes, Krishna is there, yeah, nice. But I want liberation, I want wealth, name, fame, glory, distinction, what else? What else do you want? Whatever you want, yeah? Whatever except love for Krishna. Then they give you the shadow of the name. The shadow of the name. So in this material world, the shadow is nothing much. If you come for breakfast downstairs and they bring a puri, and then they do a shadow. Okay, here's a shadow. Can be quite, doesn't help much. But because this is Namabhas, this is the shadow of all the names, it can give you everything up to the gate of Vaikuntha. It's so powerful. It's true. It's something that can purify. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very merciful. He's so even for Shraddha, he gives Shuddhanam. He can give Shuddhanam, your name. So that means that if you can at least scrap together one piece of Shraddha, one paisa, one cent, one... what was it? What did we have here? Then we have Tolar, and in Tolar we had 100 what? Stotina. Yeah, so one stotina, one little coin of faith, just faith in Krishna and the name and Bhakti. Then already we can at least hear one time Krishna. No, that Krishna. No, that's also Krishna. No, still, wait. Krishna. Krishna. Help me. Krishna. With faith. That Krishna is friend and Bhakti is the process. Krishna. Oh, yes, this. Pass. All finished. And then one more time. Again, Krishna is the friend and Bhakti is the process. Krishna. Sweet process. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Any points, comments, questions?
Thank you for very nice verse and very nice lecture.
It's not really my verse.
But for your interpretation, so simple and so beautiful, and already in the beginning, unbelievable. I'm not.
The whole Chaitanya Charitamrita is like that.
And I don't know much about, but even this is about it. I wanted to ask you in connection to this verse. Sometimes we come into a situation when we are bereft of some parts of our dignity, or even bereft of some basic dignities, even among society association of devotees. And what a devotee does he fight? I mean, even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna that it is loss for respectable men, loss of dignity is even worse than that. So what would you advise to someone who is attached to some dignity and comes into a situation? I mean, Krishna advises act the same as if you are honored, but what if you are very much attached to this dignity? What do? You want to, in that situation, change one group of devotees with others where you are more accepted, or what is Chaitanya Charitamrita advising in this stage?
To die in a dignified way is rare. Usually death doesn't look very dignified.
Okay.
The majority of people, pass stool, urine, whatever. It doesn't look dignified at all. So even to die is rare in a dignified way. And we all have need. This is what Prabhupada said. We are all helpless. We are all helpless. We all need to die. We don't know how dignified it's going to be. So of course we try to help. For example, which was very nice how some devotees were helped here to leave this world. That's wonderful. We try to help, give them some Krishna Kirtan, Krishna Katha when they pass. But still, we are rather helpless when we die. So obviously I don't know the exact circumstance you mean, but you have in mind. But all of us will have to lose some kind of dignity or other. That's always there. So we do the best to do our duty. We do the best to actually behave with dignity in our duty towards Krishna and also in the society, to the best of our ability. But then, whether we can have this dignity or not, it's not up to us. We cannot control this. It is beyond our control. The best we can do is do the best to be dignified. In some cases, it's even actually recommended to correct misconceptions and say, no, this is not what I did. No, this is not what happened. That's what happened. And still, we can say, but whether people will take or believe or hear is beyond our control. It's actually beyond our control. So we need to anyway place our hopes. Agati ekagatim. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the only shelter. He's the only shelter. And in fact, all of us, we don't have any other shelter. He's ekagati. Nothing else is a shelter. What is it? Glory? There were so many glorious people, then something terrible comes out about these people.
But why, if dignity is complete garbage?
No, it's not complete garbage. But it's the point is that there is no shelter in the material world. In terms of material things, nothing is a shelter. So we may have to fight. We may have to fight. It's, in most cases, this is our duty. So this is the difficulty with yoga, because it's paradoxical. Because we think that either I fight or I don't fight. Yes, or I do or I don't do. But yoga means that we fight, but we do not we are not greedy for the victory. We are not greedy for the victory. We are ready to accept whatever outcome comes. We do the best. We do the best. But inside we say, okay, victory is yours, Krishna. This is for you. The result is for you. So I will do my best, and the result is for you. And oftentimes this is also the most dignified way to live when you do like this. Because if somebody is simply eager to be glorious, it doesn't really, or is very eager to get respect, it doesn't really strike as something dignified.
It is humiliating.
Yes, it's humiliating. Yes, it's humiliating to the person. So if you, at least inside, if there is something to be corrected, you correct, but then inside you are surrendering. Anyway, what can, think world, I'm not the controller, world is beyond my control. I do my best,